Whoa, what is up, internet? Okay, slow down. Yeah, new video, 2 in 1 week. I know, crazy for me. But like I said, I was gonna try and put more effort into making content and keeping you guys entertained, so hit that subscribe button for effort. Jokes aside though, I'm definitely trying to put more of an effort into making more content, and I was looking through a lot of the older Ask VFX videos and found that a lot of you are asking similar questions about finding work, especially if you're in a country that doesn't really have a market for visual effects. I realized that a lot of the Ask VFX audience is predominantly people foreign to the United States, so I felt like this would be a great topic to cover on this channel, since it's a channel about VFX career advice and tips and tricks for how to improve your workflow and things like that. So with that said, how do you find work? How do you break into the visual effects industry? If you're a student studying visual effects and you're about to break into the workforce, or if you're somebody that's self-taught and you're looking for jobs in visual effects, I think that the best thing that you can do is go to a country that has a lot more opportunities available for you. Now, I've never had to deal with this myself because I live and work in Los Angeles and it's relatively easy for me to find work in visual effects. However, there are many countries out in the world that have great visual effects markets, and you don't necessarily have to come to the United States to find those opportunities. Obviously, the US is great for visual effects, but there's also Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, France, Germany, parts of Russia, parts of India, and even places like Singapore, China, and Japan. So for example, let's say you're a self-taught visual effects artist from a small town in India. I think the best place for you to start is with Bollywood cinema. Bollywood cinema is a billion-dollar film industry, like the Hollywood film industry is in the United States, and it's a great place for you to gain experience and to get familiar with production and the pipeline and how things work. There are many Bollywood films that use visual effects, and there are many studios in India that you can start working with. From there, you can consider moving to another country that does more mainstream Hollywood stuff and go from there. If you want to go straight for Hollywood visual effects though, I highly recommend going straight to a country that has a VFX house that does a lot with major productions in Hollywood. WETA is a good example of that. WETA is an award-winning studio that does visual effects for a lot of major movies and blockbusters, and because it's such an acclaimed studio, you're gonna get a lot of great experience, you're gonna meet a lot of interesting and talented people that are gonna teach you a lot, and it's gonna be an overall better learning experience. ILM is another big one, probably the biggest visual effects studio in the world. Rhythm and Hues, Double Negative, ImageWorks, Framestore, Image Engine, and that's just to name a few. There are a ton of visual effects studios around the world that you can apply for that work on big budget Hollywood movies, and I would say just try and find jobs with those studios. I'm a firm believer that if you work with the best, you'll definitely get the best for yourself. You'll grow a lot quicker and a lot faster, and you'll find that success is a lot easier to attain because you're surrounding yourself with people that are constantly succeeding. You start to develop the traits that make you successful just by symbiosis. So with that said, if you want to do visual effects for major Hollywood movies, I highly recommend moving to a country that does have big visual effects markets and working your way up from there. I know it may not be what a lot of you want to hear, but it's kind of the reality of it. If you're in a place that doesn't really have a market for visual effects, it's really difficult to freelance remotely, obviously because a lot of big productions have security protocols that need to be followed, and because studios already use major production houses to do a lot of the work. Finding remote freelance gigs for big budget stuff is nearly impossible. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If this is something that you've personally dealt with and understand a little better, please leave your experience in the comments below. I want this video to be a conversation for everybody, a resource that people can go to, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people are interested in learning about. Let's make this video like a live forum, and people can just comment and ask questions and interact, because at the end of the day, Ask VFX is supposed to be a community, and we all need to help each other and stick together. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and make sure the bell's turned on for notifications. I'm working on those tutorial videos for you guys about VFX fundamentals. That's what I'm about to do right now, and I'm really excited to share a ton of information with you guys. So that's all I have for right now, so I'll see you next time.